Alright, y'all, I got some awesome news. I am finally getting a motorcycle. So, yeah, pretty excited about it. I'm actually getting it, well, I say free, but it's kind of free. It's free, kind of. My wife's uncle has had this bike for about 10 years. He bought it brand new. Yeah, he bought it brand new, and about 5 or 6 years after he bought it, it had a transmission issue, and he couldn't afford to pay the dealership to fix it, so he decided that he and his buddies were going to fix it together on their own, which is fine. I mean, that's what I do. I do all my own maintenance and repairs. So he gets in there and he gets it taken apart to get the transmission fixed. And as he's doing that, he's diagnosed with MS, with multiple sclerosis. So obviously he took his focus away from the bike. He worried about taking care of his health and, all of that. And the bike just kind of sat in the garage for a long time. He'd asked me a couple times if I wanted to buy it because he knew I liked the bike. It's a Victory Kingpin. And I said, yeah, I'd love to. I never had the money. And I just told him, I love the bike. I'd love to have it. I'd love to buy it from you. I can't afford it right now. I'm waiting until a different point in my life. And he kept saying, yeah, that's fine. Just let me know, or whatever. And, I'd always told him, I'll put it back together. I'll finish the repairs and put it back together for you if you cut me a deal on it. And he goes, yeah, I'd love to do that. But it's still, he could cut me a deal, but I still wouldn't have any money to pay him at the time. All I'd be able to do is put it back together. So we just we let it set. Well, he called me yesterday and he said, look, I'm not ever going to be able to ride it again. If you put it back together for me, and you promise you'll keep it without doing anything crazy to it for at least a year after you get it put back together, it's yours. I was like, wow, really? I mean, you don't want anything for it? No. He goes, I know how much you have been wanting a bike, and I know how much you liked this bike particularly, so you pick it up, do the work on it, and get it back together. It's yours. It's your bike. So, yeah. So I am, I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna go pick it up this week. Not tomorrow. I got some work to do for a friend. Go make a little bit of money, helping her out. But yeah, I'll probably either pick it up. Today's Wednesday. I'll either pick it up this afternoon or I'll pick it up on Friday, and I'll show y'all my new bike. It's in a lot of pieces. It doesn't look like much of a bike at the moment, but yeah, we'll get it put back together, and we'll get out and ride it. Get a little helmet camera or whatever, so I can talk to you all while I ride it. So yeah, I'm pretty excited, guys. I'll keep you updated on it. All right, y'all. So the bike I'm getting, told y'all a little bit about it. I went yesterday. Today's Thursday, and I actually the person I was going to go help out doing some work for today ended up rescheduling that till Friday, tomorrow. So I went last night and got part of the bike. I wasn't able to get all of it. The frame still has the wheels and the tires on it, but all the rear suspension is disconnected. What do you call? I guess you call it the swing arm is still connected, and the wheel and the tire is still connected to that. But there's no shock or spring or anything in there. So it's the way it's sitting. It's a Softail. It's not a Harley, but it's it's Softail like Harley Softails. So the fender is sitting on the tire. And so to try to get that rolling as it is, I don't want to tear anything up. There's wiring up under that fender. I don't want to run the risk of tearing any of that up or something like that. So instead of taking the time to put the suspension back together now before I can get in there and clean everything and whatnot, I'm running to the tool store to get a pair of wheel dollies, because I don't own any. I've never had to move anything with wheel dollies, but this tool store's got a pair of them. I don't think they sell singles, or I'd just buy a single, since the only wheel I really need to dolly on the bike is the back one. But I'm pretty sure nobody sells singles, but they sell a pair of them here for $50. So I'm gonna go pick those up. We'll go buy those, and then go back and see if I can't get that dolly on get the dollies under the bike and get the bike on the trailer with the dollies. Should be able to. Shouldn't have too much problem. Called a couple of buddies last night, see if maybe one of them would be able to help me out. One of them's out of town. I completely forgot he's out of town. The other one just too busy, had other things going on, which I understand. It's a weekday, so if I absolutely can't get the thing by myself, I'm gonna have somebody help me out this weekend. I already got somebody lined up to help me out this weekend. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. I was able to pick up a lot of it. I have the engine for most of it. I'm still trying to get everything organized in boxes to where I can, move it and store it in my garage real easily. It's in a lot of pieces. But I got the main part of the engine. I got the block with the transmission and housing and all of that. Didn't get the cylinder heads or anything. But yeah, I mean he only rode it for 5 years. He put 16,000 miles on it, which isn't a whole lot. And everything seems to be in pretty good shape. I'm not going to have to do a whole lot of reconditioning or resurfacing on the engine parts and stuff like that. It's mostly just going to be reassembly, and the thing should be ready to go. So I'm going to get to work as soon as I got the whole thing at my house. Focus on the engine and transmission first, get that whole thing put together. Once they're all put together, I can mount it up on the bike and just start figuring out where things go. I've not tackled a project this big on a bike before. I have done an engine swap on cars and trucks before, but it was just an engine swap where it was literally pull an engine out, put an engine in. I've done full rebuilds on smaller engines, like lawnmowers and tractor engines and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see. I know I can handle it. It's just I may run into some things here and there that I can't figure out. And maybe some of you that watch these videos will know a little more than me. Maybe you can shoot me some advice, or tell me what I'm missing or whatever. I always appreciate help. I'm nothing if I don't learn from others. Everything. That's one thing. I've always been very aware and very thankful of the fact that every piece of knowledge I have, I only have it because I gained it from somebody else. And I'm never afraid to ask somebody and learn. I love to learn, so never afraid to learn from somebody. I met a while back some guys here in town through my wife's friend that have a riding club, and it's a riding club for combat veterans, which I am as well. And they told me then when I met them, when you have a bike, you let us know. And they were even trying to sell me their buddies' bikes. Hey, my buddy's got this, my buddy's got that, or let me call this guy and see if he's got some bikes for sale or whatever. So I mean, I've made the connection with them already, You know, I'm sure a lot of them do their own work on their bikes. They seem like those kind of guys, and you know, maybe they can help me out. I mean, it's a Victory, so it's not as common. You know, these guys probably mainly know Harley Davidsons, and probably Hondas would be the number two that they really are familiar with. But you know, it's a Victory, and they're the kind of guys that are partial to American bikes, and Victory is an American bike. Victory's owned by Polaris. So yeah, I mean, if I run into something I can't figure out and I get stumped, I'll call them. I'll call, you know, buddies from high school that, you know, I got a bunch of buddies from high school that are you know, ASE certified mechanics and everything else now. So I think one of my buddies from high school even works on a racing team. So as a mechanic. So I mean, I know that I have resources, people I can talk to. You know, there's always the internet. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to dig in and figure it all out, get this thing together. But yeah, like I said, I've got the engine and the transmission. I've got a lot of other parts, you know, random parts, exhaust. I already picked up the exhaust and sprockets and shit, and chains and belts and stuff like that. Several bags of bolts that he had labeled what they went to. So yeah, I've got a lot of parts. I just want to get the main section of the bike, you know, get that. Like I said, the first task is getting the engine and transmission together, and getting everything in that working. Make sure the transmission shifts and the clutch works, and the is this my exit or is it next one? Yeah, this one's mine. Yeah, make sure the clutch works and the shifting works, and you know, the timing is all the cam timing is all correct. And, get everything on the engine kind of together, and where it's at least I you know, as close as I can get to operational, and mount that sucker on a bike and see if we can't get her to run. You know, that's task number one, is that it runs. Once it runs, then we can make sure it you know, it drives, it turns the wheel. And, you know, just make sure everything else works. Hopefully by this summer, hop on that bad boy, spin her around the neighborhood, see what she does. Get it inspected and licensed and all that. So we'll see. But I'm definitely gonna keep y'all updated. I'll take y'all through the steps, show y'all kind of where I'm at, keep it fresh so you guys know how far along I am on it. And, you know, also, like I said, I'm gonna pop any questions that I have about it, or bits that stump me. I'm gonna pop out on the internet, on the YouTubes, and y'all hop in and give me whatever advice and knowledge and wisdom you got. I'm always ears to it. But yeah, I mean, when I get the rest of it today, I'll get some good pictures, and I'll take a video walk around of what I've got, and kind of show y'all. But yeah, that's about it.